Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today we're going to be talking about the 2025 model year Chevy Equinox EV trims and my thoughts about it. Let's get into it. So a bunch of people have been asking me my opinions about all the changes for the 2025 model year for the Chevy Equinox EV, and I had been trying to find stuff like anywhere about it, like on the GM website. A lot of people were referencing these sheets that the dealers were getting, so they kind of knew what was coming for the new model year. I finally was able to do some digging. I found at least information from the sheets, and then I found a link to, I guess, where the dealers or something can pull all the information about the trims and the packages and whatnot. So I was able to look over that a little bit, and I just have some really quick thoughts. I'm not going to dig super deep into it, but I'll give my initial thoughts. So first off, I like what they're doing. I think it's going to simplify things. It's going to allow people to order and actually receive, the 1LT that they used to call it, but now it's just the LT trim with basically no added options. Additionally, people are going to be able to get the LT, so the base trim, with one package up, just to add a couple things here and there to make it a little bit better. So yeah, I'm not really complaining about that. I think it's good. You're still going to get all the, the infotainment. You're going to get the charging and all that stuff. You're just going to miss out on a lot of the creature comforts and some safety features that are nice to have. Now, I have been thinking about this a lot, and in the EV space, we're very used to having a lot of technology built into the cars because basically to rationalize the price to drivers, they put all these really cool features so people are like, well, I'm getting this and this and this. And I was thinking, people who are gonna be moving from ICE cars, so we're now hopefully getting closer to the middle of the adoption curve. A lot of those people don't have all the features that EV drivers are used to, so they're not even gonna be really looking for them or desiring them. Now, if they want to reach up and get some of those features, they certainly can, but I think we put a little bit too much stock into the fact that people need those things, whereas I think a lot of people aren't going to care too much about that. I don't know. That's just my thoughts about it, but take it or leave it. But Chevy's still going to have the $35,000 EV. You're going to get the tax credit. It's only going to be $27,500, which is really enticing. It's going to be a really great car for a lot of people. It's going to be the first EV, and I think for the most part, given my experience with the car, it'll be a good first EV experience. So now moving on, they have a bunch of packages. I'm not going to dig super deep into them. Essentially, and some other news outlets have worked up like what you could do to equate to the 2LT and the 3LT and the 3RS and all that stuff. But I kind of like that people can pick and choose what they want. I think that's always great to have options. I do believe it increased the cost of the 3LT, if you will, by a little bit, but it did add in the rear view camera and the heads-up display, which kind of mysteriously disappeared from the trim. So, it's a little bit more expensive, but you get two nice features. I don't particularly care. I think the visibility out of the rear mirror is great, so I don't really need a camera mirror, in my opinion. Now, if you load up the back, that's a different story, obviously. And then the heads-up display, I've never had a heads-up display, and like I was saying earlier, I've never had it, so I don't miss it. Now, if I had one and then got used to it, then maybe that would be a different story. So those are my kind of immediate thoughts there with the trims and the packages. I think there's probably a sweet spot that will be closer to the what used to be the 2LT that people are probably going to gravitate towards if they have the ability to reach up. If not, I think a lot of people are going to go for the base LT trim with the one package. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. Hopefully I'll put it in the little subtitle here. But I think that's what a lot of people will probably go for, and I think that puts it like $36,000, $37,000, and they'll be able to enjoy those extra added features. Now, one thing I kind of wanted to talk about, which was really interesting, I believe it's only with the RS trims that you can get the vehicle to load capability. Now, I am going to be really honest. I'm a little bit confused because I thought that all of the cars, the way they were already capable of doing like a vehicle to home thing. So maybe I was wrong and I was under the wrong impression. But I'd watched some videos about the Silverado EV vehicle to home, and so I'm not sure what's going on there. Obviously, with this vehicle to load, that's a little bit different than the vehicle to home, and a lot of that, like the inverter is off board for the vehicle to home with Silverado. So maybe it is still possible, but whatever. I just want to mention that. But it just seems, I don't know, if you would want to add it. First off, you have to get a, you're getting the 19.2 kilowatt onboard charger, which is excess, in my opinion, for this car. I don't think the car really needs it. And then that means you're gonna have to spend a lot more money putting in the faster charging equipment in the first place. So to me, it's not worth it, because you can get, honestly, I think 40 amps into the car is great. If you want to go 48, go for it. But I think 40 amps, because then you don't have to hardwire it to the charger. You can just unplug it if you want to update to a different type of smart charger or something later, or you want to switch brands because you don't like the brand. It's a lot easier because you can just do it yourself, as opposed to having to pay an electrician to come in and switch it out for you. So that's my thought. I just think it's a little bit excess. And then for I think it was like a 3.3 kilowatt output for a vehicle to load. I don't know, like go buy yourself a battery backup, one of those battery backups. I'm sure it'd be close-ish in price. I'm sure you don't have the endless energy that's stored inside the car battery, but if you really wanted to do whatever, I don't know, power a coffee maker or whatever at a campsite, I think that would probably be a better option than kind of overpaying for a onboard charger that you don't really need, but it's nice to charge that fast, I guess. And then 3.3 kilowatts of output power to load. So, I don't know, those are my thoughts. I thought it was kind of weird. I don't think it's worth getting, honestly, in my opinion, but tell me if you think it is. Tell me why. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So anyways, everyone, those are my thoughts here about the 2025 model year Chevy Equinox EV. I think it's a good thing that they're breaking up all the packages, allowing for people to kind of pick what they want instead of being trapped into five specific trims if you count the RSs, 5 specific trims. And I think it's gonna hopefully actually get some base model LTs into people's hands and get those early EV experiences for those people. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please remember to give a like and a subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all the social medias. I've also started a podcast. I've got 2 episodes out. I'm really kind of liking that. It's a different format. It's very scripted. It allows me to show my dramatic side and have a little bit of fun there. So hope you all can follow that. And then also EV Charging Site Reviews is my sister channel, where I go and I review charging sites and then give you a little bit of insight into what you're getting yourself into before you go to that charging site. So again, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.